Powering Your Productivity with the Powers Company. Again, I'm Sean Hart, and today what I want to talk to you about is the next step on how do we start to define our management operating system and the creation of that. Today we're going to be talking about effective supervisory communication. So when we talk about that in our management operating system, that could be huddle meetings, staff meetings, production meetings, maybe there's planning and scheduling meetings that you have. What you're really looking to do is make sure you have a structured, defined, and disciplined way to effectively communicate our goals and targets to our operators or to our staff on a daily basis. So number one I want to talk to you about is how do we communicate what is effective communication. So what we're really looking for here is it's not the message that's being delivered, it's actually the message that's being received. So what you want to do on this point is to ensure that after you've delivered a communication to someone else, you ask them to repeat that back to you. So that way you can make sure that you're aligned on what the communication was and that both parties understand what the target is or what the goal is for the day. Okay. Number two, always have a plan to communicate. So when you use the example of a huddle meeting, when you bring your groups together or you bring your team together, you want to make sure there's a couple things that you complete. One is make sure that you have the goals to achieve for the day. So what are your goals, targets? What's the plan? Remember how we talk about plan, actual, variance, action? Well, this is what kicks it off for the day. What's our plan? Number two, we want to make sure that we have a way that we're going to be able to measure our results. So when you looked at our past videos and we started talking about that daily schedule control, this is going to be a great tool that we can go and follow up and engage with our employees on a short-term interval follow-up and let them know that's how we're going to be measured and what our results are. Three, we're going to make sure we have very specific assignments for our people, okay? We don't want to be vague in the way we assign work. We want to make sure everybody knows where they're going to be, what their activities are, if there's station work, where they have to be, if there's any particular activities that need to be completed for the day, that they understand what the assignments are so that way they can be successful and achieve that. And fourth, we want to make sure that we're going to be able to have a feedback and communication recognition. We want to make sure that our folks have the ability to give us feedback on any variance or barriers that they see that would not allow them to accomplish their goal. And we want to make sure that we recognize those individuals for the good work that they've done or tasks that they've gone over and far and beyond on. Maybe it was the previous day, maybe it was just within the last hour, or maybe it was through the course of the day. When we start talking about effective supervisory communication, we're starting to build that construct. Well, we always said that we have to have a measurement. So we need to make sure that we put in a measurement to measure our communication, our effectiveness of our meetings. We typically call this meeting effectiveness tools. What you can see right here beside me is an example of one. As you see that tool pop up, we'll be able to show you exactly line by line how you can go out and measure those meetings. So, an assignment for today, if you do huddles already, or if you don't do huddles, a great assignment for today is to go out there, hold a huddle meeting, use that effective supervisory communication that you just learned, have your measurement ready. If you need help, you can visit us at www.thepowerscompany.com and ask one of our live consultants to help you build that tool. And then make sure that you go out there and you effectively communicate. Again, what is the right communication? They've received the right communication. They understand what you've communicated. Two, what's our plan for the day? Three, how are we measuring it? So again, go out there, start that huddle meeting, power your productivity, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video.